Right. Well, this is take two. I tried to do this a couple of times, but Lucy kept jumping in her cameo appearances. So this is whatever about teepees. This teepee that I have set here on the table. This was the first teepee I ever saw, and it was made for my dad to do explanations about different things when he did his presentations when he worked for the Public Health Service, a division of Indian Health. But after I got out of boarding school, I didn't have a lot of things, so I kind of traveled out of the suitcase for quite a few years. I just moved around and I did different jobs and things, and once I got a permanent job, I decided, and a permanent place to stay, I decided I was going to get a teepee. And at the time, this would have been in 1970, I decided to get a teepee, and so I looked around for books or something. There were no books. There was only one, actually, and it came with the teepee. And it was done by a couple. I think their name was Laughlin, and they did a little book, and they did little diagrams and explanations and such, which I'm terrible at following. And so I tried to put the teepee up, and it didn't look right, and it just didn't seem correct, and so I went to my clan relative, and I asked her, I said, is there a song, or is there a way that you put up the teepee that describes where each pole goes? Because you want to make the top small so that teepee can come around, and you have very, very little surface area for rain or something, snow, to get in. And so, yeah, she looked at me, and an elder woman has a look like an elder grandma or grandpa. They have a look that gives you that you are so stupid. And she gave me one of those looks, and then she said, yes, there is a song I sing, but it's only for women, and I can't teach it to you. And so there I was, still back at square one. So I just went ahead and tried to work around my problems with reading instructions, and as far as I was concerned, as long as the teepee was up, I was good. And I would go up into the high country. I put up a teepee in the forest and stay there a couple of weeks when I'd have my vacation time, and hunt and just basically chill out. And being inside a teepee at night up in the mountains with the stars and all, with the fire going, it's just a remarkable feeling and sense of peace. But while you're doing that, you're also, for me, my mind wanders about, how did those people survive those harsh winters in those teepees? It's I understand that my teepee's canvas, and theirs was buffaloes, but yet, the wind and the chill factor here in Montana is so brutal in the wintertime. You really have to know where to set up your village or your teepee for winter use, because you need fuel for fire, and you need food to eat and water to drink, and out of the wind. So while I was up in the mountains, I was thinking about all these things, and so I quit putting my teepee out in the open. I put it in the forest, out of the wind, and I got to thinking about some of these things, and over the years, I've now tried to set up a Croat-style teepee and a Sioux-style teepee according to this book. And I got to thinking, I said, well, why have we been limited to only a 4-pole teepee and a 3-pole teepee, and the order of how those poles go in? And that's research. The people like Laughlin that did the research, they only researched a couple of methods. So I got to thinking again, there might be and could be quite a few ways to set up a teepee. And I started to relax because basics is down to the same thing. As long as you've got ventilation coming in to keep the smoke going out, and you got good draft, you are in good shape. Once you start messing around with the draft, like because you're sitting inside of a chimney basically. Now, I was always told, you know, that we don't paint our teepees, and so I never have. And I was taught by this. I had a professor, and she made a remark about the inside of a teepee as the sun moves across, and then my mind went into, yes, well, if you're painting that teepee, a design on the outside, what's it going to look like as the sun moves across? What's it going to look like on the inside? And that gave me the idea that if you had a medicine, a vision that you wanted to express or to advertise on the outside, it would also mean that that vision would be on the inside of that teepee, and as the sun moved, it would move the images around, and depending on the creativity of the artist, an incredible story could be told on the inside of the teepee. The other thing I got to thinking about, because we're in this huge pandemic, is what it must have been like to be sick inside a teepee, and you know, especially if everyone was sick and nobody was gathering wood or food. It must have been just tremendous there. So I look back and I see the teepee as being a wonderful experience, but you know, it's something of the past now, and a lot of people don't know all of the things about the teepee. In fact, I would suppose we're coming to a time when nobody can say I was born in a teepee, unless of course they were from the 60s, and you know, anything goes then. So the teepee is a wonderful thing, and they have all kinds of images and illustrations about how spiritual it is, and I think if you research and look around and find other people, talk to them about the teepee and their feelings about it, because it's not just a home. It is much more, there's much more to it than that. And whenever I go into a teepee, it's a special experience. And I hope you enjoy your day. Look for other things coming up in the future. We're just going day to day, trying to build a stable of different topics. And if you have a topic you'd like to talk about, send me an email at sfraser@projectindigenous.com, and let's have a discussion. Maybe I have input, maybe I don't. I don't know everything. I know some things, but everything that's left for a young man. Later, enjoy your day.